Imagine hiring a brilliant, hyper-efficient assistant who has access to all your company's private data, but who is also incredibly gullible.
Yeah, that sounds like an absolute nightmare, honestly.
Right. But, I mean, that is the reality of deploying autonomous AI today.
Welcome back. As always, we are doing our usual routine, browsing the directory over at AIagentstore.ai, and today we're zeroing in on a tool called Trent AI.
It really represents a fundamental shift in securing these modern, highly capable systems.
Exactly. So the core mission for you listening today is figuring this out. How do you actually secure autonomous AI systems when traditional cybersecurity just, well, fails entirely?
It is an absolutely critical problem right now. I mean, the old ways just do not work anymore.
Let's unpack this. If you think about traditional firewalls, they are basically static castle walls. You build a thick wall, you dig a moat, and you just hope the attackers stay out.
Right, but AI risks are dynamic. Exactly. So Trent AI, looking at the page here, operates more like a squad of autonomous roaming security guards.
But I am struggling with this a bit. If I have a state-of-the-art firewall, why doesn't that protect my AI? Like, to the firewall, isn't bad code just bad code?
Well, no, that is the exact problem right there. It isn't just bad code anymore. What broke is context. A traditional firewall looks at network traffic and checks for known bad signatures. It's completely binary.
Okay, so it just sees traffic moving.
Yeah, to a traditional firewall, an AI drafting a helpful financial report looks exactly the same as an AI that was tricked into emailing all your passwords to a hacker. It is all just text moving across network.
Wow, so without understanding the actual meaning of that text, the firewall is completely blind.
Precisely,
Yeah.
because the network traffic looks completely identical.
Yeah.
Trent AI is built to tackle these highly nuanced threats where, context is literally everything.
Right.
We're talking about prompt injection, where someone essentially tricks the AI into ignoring its original instructions. Or privilege escalation, right? Where the AI gets manipulated into accessing files it shouldn't.
Exactly. A static castle wall cannot defend against conversational manipulation.
But how do you actually build a security guard that understands context? I mean, you can't just write a simple script to handle human language manipulation.
No, you really can't. That is where Trent AI's architecture comes in. Instead of one monolithic scanner, it deploys its own specialized AI agents.
Like a continuous multi-agent loop.
Yeah, exactly. These agents continuously scan the environment, and when they spot something unusual, they don't just block it based on some static rule.
Right, they dig deeper.
Yeah, they actually use a proprietary judgment layer to evaluate the actual intent behind the action.
Okay, wait, what does evaluating intent look like in practice, though?
Well, think of it like this. Does it make sense for a customer service chatbot to be accessing the CEO's financial database at 3 in the morning?
Oh, wow. No, obviously not.
Right, so the judgment layer analyzes the AI's goal, the resources it is requesting, and the surrounding context. They scan, they judge the context, they actively mitigate the vulnerabilities they find, and then they reevaluate the ongoing security posture.
And they do all this continuously, like without human intervention.
Completely autonomously.
That is wild. So whether you are an AI engineer, a software developer, or just someone fascinated by where tech is heading, the major takeaway here is that modern security has to be context aware.
Right, throughout a tool's entire life cycle.
Yeah.
From design to deployment to daily operation.
Because if a deployed AI has access to your sensitive files and it gets tricked, you aren't just dealing with a software glitch.
No, you are looking at critical failures like massive data exfiltration.
Exactly.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, Trent AI achieves this contextual awareness through reinforcement learning, meaning these security agents possess a moderate to high level of autonomy.
So they are constantly adapting.
Yes. As the system encounters new, increasingly clever types of manipulation, the security agents learn from it. They make more accurate decisions over time.
Which brings up a slightly terrifying but fascinating point. If we are now relying on autonomous AI agents that use reinforcement learning to guard our systems, what happens when malicious actors deploy their own autonomous AI attackers?
Yeah, are we stepping away from static walls entirely and moving straight into a completely autonomous machine versus machine security arms race?
It certainly looks like our roaming security guards are going to meet their match eventually. Something for you to chew on today.
Definitely.
We are going to wrap it up there. Remember to check out the directory at AIagentstore.ai for more details on Trent AI. Thank you so much for reading the podcast. It really helps us out. Catch you next time.